Well, hello there. Get ready for another onslaught of ear tickling from the only three people that somehow have less value together than apart. Garbage plus garbage plus garbage equals dumpster. If you haven't liked or subscribed to us on the old Soch, make sure you do that immediately or it will haunt your prostate. Also, please shoot us any questions, comments, or suggestions you might have to liquorbeforebeerpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for being amazing. Tell your friends and commence the ear tickling.
Well, welcome into another episode. How you boys doing today?
I'm good.
Doing good.
Good. We're joined by our good friend today, Cameron. He's a regular at Turning Point. He is also a motivational enthusiast on Instagram. What's your Instagram handle, Cameron?
Cameron_FX.
Awesome. He's also a GM at Vans, and he's just an all-around lovely person, loves beer, loves people, and
He loves the podcast, too.
also, for whatever reason, seems to enjoy the podcast. So we were like, man, come on, drink some beer with us and have a good time. So thanks for joining us, brother.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on. 1 of 5 followers, and we're counting.
Woo!
Also-
that's 20% of followers.
He just
went up.
He just asked to be on the episode, and we said, yeah. So it's just that easy. That's why we say to fucking hit us up, because we'll do anything.
Yeah.
We will literally will do anything.
We have no standards. We do love
Not
Kimbo.
even our own standards. It's perfect. But yeah, let's get it started. We Turning Point just came out with a brand new corn light lager called Corn of Action, and I think we are doming that. Why don't you have your?
Because it's the same thing.
Oh, cheers. All right.
That's a good one.
So yeah, we got some
So much corn.
fun. All the corns.
Oh gosh,
That was bad.
You really missed the trash
I
can.
know. That was a real thing. But yeah, we got a few cool topics to get into today. I'm really excited about it. It's the weather's finally getting nice and
Nice. It's like 95 degrees outside.
well, it's not overly windy or
The
rainy.
weather's weather outside.
The weather is
It's
weather.
Texas.
Yeah. But so yeah, it's been good. How you guys been?
hot.
How's the vaping going?
Let's shut up.
Okay.
It's good. It's still
Oh.
good.
Just
This is a
breeze
That means
past
he's
that
quit.
one.
Oh, wait. No, there it is.
It's
He's
a
back.
melon twist flavor, sponsored by Uno. Uno's good.
Yeah, I feel like
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Also, the O in Uno has the is it umlaut or how do you say it?
Umlaut.
Umlaut. It's what is that? How do you pronounce
and
that?
it's, I guarantee, umlau.
no, not that.
Unu.
Unu. Is it Unu?
Unu.
Uno.
Oh, that's such a stupid name. Wow.
That reminds me of Forgetting Sarah Marshall, where he's like, oh, my name's Kunu. Or my friends call me what I can't remember what the line was, but
It means peace.
it means peace.
What's your real name though? Like Steven.
Yeah, it's something like Mike or something.
It's a great movie.
I'm really glad you didn't quit your addiction, because I was going to bring them in here for you and peer pressure you.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you didn't pay for those, because I paid for this one. Actually, I kind of wish you had now, because I'd have extra. So.
That's a good point. Yeah. Next time, think about that.
It's like the other day I was up here. You're like, can I borrow your card? I need to get a vape.
Yeah. It's true.
He lost his wallet. So.
Yeah.
Did you order more bank cards?
No,
Is
I
that-
keep forgetting because I'm up here working, and then I go home and watch sports.
Everyone acts like they work 24
I didn't say that. I'm working.
how do I
You
still
you're
have-
literally on your computer at work. You can just go online.
I prefer
or
to
call.
work when I'm at work, unlike some people.
Well,
What?
Even with my weird hours, you're up here 90% of the time.
Yep.
yeah. Domers don't count.
I was here.
I watched the cameras.
I should have done
Teller ball for an hour.
it. After I was done. I was done at like 5 o'clock
Yeah,
yesterday.
he was done early yesterday.
And I stayed until like 7:45. Like
It's called the peer pressure.
Yeah, I know.
Well, he doesn't have a wallet, so I guess I know why he stayed here.
I ordered my wallet today.
Cam's here. I can borrow his card.
Wait, you found a wallet that is suitable as a replacement?
It's like this. It looks very similar, but it's a lot
How
cheaper.
long did it take you to find this wallet?
I searched on Amazon for a good 20 seconds, and there
Is
it
it
was.
the classic bad motherfucker?
No,
That would have been cool.
it's just the one fold. I don't like the two fold. I don't like my bills to have two different folds in them. It's stupid.
Ooh.
I'm not a.
Oh, you're talking about the little extra sleeve and the...
Oh no, it's like you fold it twice when you're closing it.
Okay.
Yeah, I did
Oh,
the
not the
one.
trifold
It's just
one?
yeah, not the tri. It's just only you only fold twice.
Yeah, that's stupid, though.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Never
Okay.
got that.
Or that dry shampoo and mouthwash, if in case y'all were wondering.
Ooh.
I'm gonna get into dry shampoo, guys. I've heard
At least something will be clean.
No.
it's just so I don't have
You
to
still
wear a
have to
hat.
shower.
I'm aware of that. I'm saying
out.
on the days whenever I don't
Like, that
shower.
worries me.
Like on the day, like I'll skip a day, but like I don't skip 2. But like on the days when I don't shower, using the dry shampoo, I wouldn't have to wear a hat. If you've seen me, 95% of the time, like I'm wearing a hat, I have not showered that day. Just so you know.
So it's because you're balding.
I can't.
Nope, that's not it.
I can skip a day not showering.
He said that very quickly.
If I'm on vacation.
It's not that one.
Very
What?
defensive.
So I can skip a day not showering if I'm like on vacation or like out away doing something. But I couldn't like.
You shower
if
every
I-
day here?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
A
dude,
lot of people
I
do.
feel like I just start to smell. I just start smelling things, and I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah, it might be. I get really, really self-conscious.
Well,
about
and I mean, it's Texas. We sweat a lot, and we're guys.
I'm not a very stinky person. Some people have real gross BO, just like the natural scent.
I don't want to find out.
Yeah,
no.
that's not me, but I feel like that's if I were to pile it on, like let's say not showering for 3 days. I wouldn't even want to
Not
handle
a good
myself.
I have a solid 1 to 2 showers a day.
Yeah.
I have
Well, you
morning-
work out and
the
stuff.
morning depression shower and then the post-workout shower.
Yeah, the normal shower,
You have to
and
sit
then the
down
achievement shower.
Well,
Like you
there's-
earn this
Yeah.
shower.
Well, there's some people that shower before they go to bed, and that counts as their shower in the morning.
Oh,
That's fucking gross.
Isn't that weird?
I sweat.
Well,
too
say it again.
much
Whoever
at
does
night.
that, you're wrong.
What is
No,
it?
there's a good portion. I don't know. I challenge people to
What'd you say?
respond to this, but that there's a few. I mean, there's people I've heard of that that will shower the night before. Like, let's say if they're going to bed at 9:30, they'll shower at 9. That counts as their shower for the following day.
No.
So they don't wake up in the morning and shower. They just dry shampoo it.
As long
then
as
that
you
comes
shower.
out.
Well, you don't need to dry shampoo if you showered the night before.
Well,
You're just going
I mean,
to sleep.
They're just maybe if they're trying to get their hair to do something that's not like stuck, look like you had
Yeah.
a pillow attached to it.
That's why I don't shower at night. I used to I'll only shower at night. Now I shower in the mornings.
Yeah, that's a bit. Oh, you were
get the
doing.
day
you were
going,
doing
man.
what I was talking about.
What?
You said you showered only at night, not in the mornings.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If, as long as you're showering once a day, it's fine. You don't have to shower in the morning if you shower at night.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Is there's people that shower at night and then they don't shower the morning the next day, and then they'll shower again. So they're just doing one and one.
Okay. Well, I think that's silly, but different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
I don't want to smell you.
Fuck your strokes.
Absolutely not. Oh,
Whoa. Okay. Well, okay. Let's start with weird news.
We're doing weird news first, huh?
Yeah.
No, this will be a
Bam,
good
bam,
one.
bam, bam.
I have it pulled up. Headline: Kickball player banned from Tinder for using app to recruit teammates.
I'm going to chime in on that. Though.
did-
Like,
you
if
know
you're-
about this?
No, but if you're in a kickball league,
was
a co-ed
Cameron.
one, like it's so hard to recruit female players to
Oh yeah,
the game.
Same with like softball and stuff. I mean,
How did they do it before, Tinder or any of this when they still form teams?
Really tight t-shirts.
This person is from
I think they
Rhode.
just met each other at bars at that point.
This person's from Rhode Island. Apparently, it's a.
Well, that's even tougher. It's the smallest state in the country.
It's not like they can leave Rhode Island.
No.
But their kickball league is Club Waka. It's apparently a big one. It's one.
Waka
They have
Waka.
a thing in Dallas. I was like, oh gosh, we have one of those. That's not good. But yeah, she said one day I went to log in and it said you're banned for life. For life. It seems a little severe, so that put a huge deterrent in my recruiting.
Couldn't fill out the team.
It's openly admitting to it. Yeah. And then also like the leader of the team was like backing her up. Like, yeah, it was a girl too. So yeah, it's a female lady.
Maybe she was just getting a lot of complaints. She's like, I need this void filled. Come on, guys. And then they're like, all right, let's go. And then she was like, no, like on the kickball. I'm like, come on, a little misleading now.
She,
I mean, unless she was kicking balls.
there you go.
Well, some people. Are
Some
into that.
people are into that.
She
kink
She
shaming.
recruited 25 people. Like that's quite a few. I don't know. So are they all playing on the same team?
Maybe she was creating a league.
18 of them are playing for her team. 7 she got to fill up other rosters around the league.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just wondering if these
She's
dudes
just
are
an
meeting each
amazing
other.
networker, it sounds like.
What's she look like? Do you have a picture?
There's no pictures of her. or anything.
what a horrible.
Wow, what a
article.
dumb story it
It's only
is now.
50% complete.
We'd get on Tinder, but there's no way to find her at this point.
And for life.
She's just got a ref's outfit and a whistle. I mean, I don't know.
That's all she
Yeah,
has.
kickball in her hand.
I bet she has an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we
We
can find
knocked
that.
out If we hit it off and they liked everyone's personalities, they were added to our team. If they wanted a more competitive team, I would assign them to a different team who was competitive and looking for players.
I don't think she understands how Tinder works.
I
There's got to be better. Like, they don't have Facebook there?
Well,
What's going on?
I think that what this thing, if like dissecting it, it's like I was like, oh, Hinge should step up and be like, oh, Tinder banned this person, so you can come over here and use Hinge for that. But really, what it's saying is there needs to be an app for like more communal events like kickball.
Isn't there like just hangout apps?
Yeah, there's like a friend section.
There is a Bumble Friends.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Dude,
Yeah.
there you
So
go.
that's what I'm saying. So I kind of agree with like kicking her off for life because honestly,
Why
that's not what this.
Tinder?
Like, yeah, why were you doing that? Like, I understand why she was doing it. It was because you can get the demographic that you want to between this age and this age guy that, and then you can swipe right to get, you're athletically ready to play kick. That's what the app's, that app's made for fucking, dude. It's not made for kickballing.
Well, yeah, you nailed it. Yeah, I think people are actually either looking for a connection, like a hookup, or looking for some kind of love, right?
I appreciate the, like, ingenuity of
but
her doing
not for
that.
kickball. So I think that's what pissed people off was like, hey, why the fuck am I taking a test? Why have I taken 5 tests to see if I can kick a ball? Why am I sending you these videos?
I wonder.
What are we doing on the date?
I was just wanted to take you to Macaroni Grill. Jesus.
I wonder if she was
Fooled
like,
you.
she would like have sex with them on the first date and like guilt them into playing. Hey, can you play a softball tomorrow? Like you have to because you had sex
the next
with me.
morning they wake up and she's like, "Oh, I'm running late for my kickball
Oh, gosh, kickball. not softball.
training today. Do you happen to look? We need one more. Look at that."
What do you know?
And then it gets really bad. It's like that team over there needs one. So if you really like me, you'll go play with them.
That's probably who tattled on her. Is one of the guys that went to the other teams. You're like, I don't. This is
Well, if she
mean.
already recruited like 25 guys, I bet there's another 50 that were like, this bitch is just trying to get you to play some recreational activities. I'm out on that.
What if it was just the guys that like got catfished and didn't get recruited?
Oh, so
like
they're
got picked
offended.
last?
They're offended because
Yeah.
she just has them do like, hey, why don't you just sprint over there? I just kind of want to see you run, just like, like no reason.
It's kind of like the difference between like being the side piece, like the main pole, but like on this one, it's like, you're not picked last. You can be a fan though. We're looking for fans. We're not really looking for players at this point in time.
L's for love.
Poor guy.
Oh man, that's funny though.
You guys played kickball growing up?
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
You got to choose the pitching. Was either bouncies or rollies? Do you not remember that? It had some-
Bouncies
that was a
was-
technical term.
I forgot.
Bouncies was bullshit. By the way,
Yeah,
Oh no, you
bouncing
could,
balls.
you
had
had
to-
to
you had to
really
keep
kick
it
the shit
down.
out of that.
Yeah.
Also, if you did the rollies, you could do some spin stuff, within the strike zone, and it could be a lot more fun.
We weren't that talented.
Yeah, no, I need to just pitch me the ball, kick it. If you suck at kickball, you're
The best part was just
Yeah,
playing
the
like
issues.
midfield and just doming people as soon as they walked by.
Oh, I loved it. It's so much fun.
Just seeing them dunk. Oh God.
I was pretty good at kickball, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Josh the leg.
That's right.
You let Greg Zerline take that over.
Well, he's dead now, so it works that way.
No, because he's not on the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Well,
He doesn't exist.
We hated him. So.
Yeah.
Good.
I loved
riddance.
him whenever he was on my fantasy team at the
like
Rams.
5 years
but
ago.
yeah, no, he really shit the bed.
Fucking Z-bag.
Wow.
Classic Z-bag.
Well,
What do we got first in front? So I guess we should say when this comes out, it'll be Wednesday, the 18th of May, and it'll be 4 days after we just released our first barrel age since the anniversary party, which is In-Game, and In-Game is generally like our favorite barrel age beer that we do. It's got a shitload of vanilla beans, cacao nibs, but otherwise always pretty dominant in the barrel character. And this year was a blend of 2 different barrels. One was 12 months, one was 14 and 16, 12 and
I think it
16.
was 12 and 16. Yeah,
12
yeah.
and 16 months.
The less sweet one was 12 months.
Right, and the less sweet one was in a Knob Creek barrel, which is over the last few years become my favorite bourbon barrel to use in stout aging. And this barrel was no different. It was awesome. It came out great. The other barrel being a Blanton's barrel, which if you listen to last week's episode, Will talked about how the sweetness of Blanton's kind of gives a very distinct flavor and wanting in like pastry stouts. But I think we're trying to get away from that a little bit and kind of go into more of you're wanting that bourbon character, you're wanting the beer character, and the pastry coming from the adjuncts versus anything else going into the beer. So with that, we have what's already going to be out at this point in time. There's 30 cases. It should still be there by the time this episode comes out. If not, better luck next year.
Sorry.
But,
if not, we have another one. It's me, the rum barrel aged.
That's true. Coming out on Friday. But we wanted to start off with this thing. It's I think 14.3,
13.8.
13.8%.
What on the left was the beer, or the bourbon?
Wait. Yeah, left or right?
The more full one is the bourbon.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect.
Close enough.
Chug it.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
That's really pleasant.
big fan. Oh yeah. Well, you got. Is there something wrong?
oh, it's good.
It's just enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. It's the lowest ABV in game we've had, a measly 13.8%. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Which obviously that was by design. I think there was a couple there that were getting to the 16.8,
The first one was
16.3,
16.2, I think.
And as fun and novel as those can be, like the novelty of it can be fun, it's just not drinkable. And these beers, you are, even at 13, 14%, you still really generally want to share them. But you can at least somewhat stomach a 500 mil bottle. Yeah.
Dude,
You finished what? You finished a barrel aged bottle by yourself.
I have. Okay,
Oh, we
so
all have. Come on.
I'll give you a couple examples.
Sounds like a good day.
The only time I ever like just slow drank one, like a whole 500 mil on my own, was a Goose Bourbon County, just a straight regular one, and that was back at the apartment in Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
And not ours, the other one.
What was the
And
address? No, so
it's in a-
someone living there now.
I
could
forget
just
what
gonna
it-
knock on the door.
I honestly forget. That fucking place was terrible. But if you're wondering, it was right across the highway from the Galleria Mall. So don't live there. It was bad.
That's our biggest demographic.
Yeah, but I slow drank that one, and it was I think it's all I drank that night. Except for I would chug a half of a beer at Civil Pour at the end of my shift. So it was a half a beer and then that, and I was pretty tossed.
Oh, yeah.
When you slow drink it makes a big difference. And then the other time, I snorkeled a Hemingway's lemonade because I wasn't a fan of it.
That's brutal.
It was horrible.
That sounds terrible.
Dude, it was, it took a second to hit, but once it did, woo, it was fun.
Yikes. That's
Yeah.
brutal.
I never drink stout.
Is that why you're buying a Hemingway's lemonade every week?
No, I don't.
I only did it that one time every Tuesday, but
I thought you were just an avid snorkeler.
No. I prefer shotgunning. I don't like snorkeling too much. It just feels weird.
yeah.
The way it slides down. Ugh. Yeah, it's true.
No,
Just rockets down your throat.
Describe it. Does it? Maybe some listeners don't know what snorkeling is.
Oh yeah, so snorkeling, you got to get a bendy straw.
That's rule number one, right?
Yep, rule number one, got to have a bendy straw, and you get a bottle. It has to be a bottle. You pop it open, you put that bendy straw in there, you bend it over the top, and it's like you put your thumb around the neck, and you pull it back, and it has the air pressure thing. Alex, science, go.
Yeah. You're just creating it's like a carburetor, basically. You're just creating airflow.
That's what
through
I
the,
said.
Through the top of the liquid to push it down so that there's no gurgling of it.
Oh yeah, and there's
You're burping it essentially.
yeah, and it just flies down your throat, and it feels weird.
It's an experience for sure.
The first time I think I gagged. Like I'm pretty sure I'd like puked, not puked, but like had to stop because I was throwing it up. Oh well.
But you can funnel a
broken.
beer pretty, okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm pretty good at it now.
I know you can chug. So
I never
do
it. Not a big fan of the old snorkel though.
No, it's aggressive, and you really have to commit to the rest of your night being over at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that. I'm not. It's fine. There's really, how many bottles are you aware of that you want to snorkel that's like at a reasonable ABV?
Well, I only did that one because I didn't like
why
the
would you do
beer.
that?
I don't.
Valid point.
I didn't like Hemingway's like as much as I wanted to, so that's why I snorkeled it. I had another bottle. I was like, I'm never going to share that with anybody. I'm just going to have to get rid of this thing.
Oh, that's nice.
It's too sweet for me. It's not. I mean, people like it a lot. It's just not my thing.
Well, that's fair. Yeah, well, that's cool. I'm a really big fan of this one. There's the barrel program kind of took a big left turn last year when we just kind of wanted to retool it and do a bunch of new stuff with it. So it's changed quite a bit. I'm really, really happy with where we're at now, and really excited about the future releases that we have coming up.
Yeah, this people have really been digging it. It's on tap right now, so it's people. The early reviews are very, very positive, and everyone that's tried the rum in game has really enjoyed it. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and make sure to send it. Check it in on Untapped and make
Give it a 5.
4.25.
It's in game 2022 5.00 rating. Do it.
He won't sell it to you unless you give the rating.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
look at you right
watch you do
now.
it. I'm gonna watch you rate this.
4 surveys.
I love it. Yeah, so that's man, I'm really happy with that. It turned out really well. The vanilla's great. All right, let's get into some beer news, industry news.
Oh, you guys ready for some depression?
Oh, you woke up this morning?
Yeah, right.
There's a silver lining to this. So go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't get to go to CBC this year. It was in Minneapolis, Minnesota, but luckily, during Craft Brewers Conference this year, we also had World Beer Cup, and I want to give a huge shout out to 14 of the different breweries that actually took home medals for the state of Texas.
Woo!
People keep sleeping on Texas, man. Texas makes some great beers, and I'm really proud of everybody that competed in it. And actually, some of the hardest categories to win, Texas kind of took. So,
What, like IPA or something?
no, lager category. Meanwhile, won new brewery in Austin.
I haven't even heard of them.
They're fantastic, and actually reached out to see if we can get a collaboration with them. So if they're listening, thank you for responding, and we will be in talks to you soon. But also, Gavin at Three Nations, the guzzler himself, he won a silver for Devout, which was awesome. And then you had Valencin's, who, I had some Houston buddies hook me up with some stuff, and they let me try some of this Valencin's stuff out of Pearland. I'm probably mispronouncing it. It's either Pearland or Pearland, out of Houston area-ish. But they won for American Sour Ale.
Did you bring one of their beers up here?
No. I was only fortunate to try it out of a crazy-ass little crowler thing, like the oil can crowler, like Dangerous Man does. I don't know how big is that.
25.4.
There it is.
750.
But yeah, no. So that was awesome. But the good thing about CBC, for a lot of people that don't know, it's the Craft Brewers Conference. They actually have a lot of great data. So if you're actually trying to improve some of the beers you're making, it's well worth going, because some of the best people producing beer in the industry are there, and they're kind of giving you tips, tricks, whatever.
The best people. We have the best people.
Ask anybody, they'll tell you.
But yeah, so one of my favorites is Bart Watson, and he's kind of like the economic guy for craft beer with the Brewers Association, and apparently
The chief economist.
Wow.
he had some good words, and it wasn't the past few years. Just to fast forward and catch everybody back up, craft beer has been booming. The past few years, it hasn't been booming. We've seen some kind of level off since we opened in 2018, and we're starting to see it kind of balance out. And what he was saying was basically that, the craft seltzers and the RTD, ready to drink, pre-mixed cocktails have actually created this whole different category that are actually surpassing what craft beer has actually been taking hold of in the previous years. So, long story short, he was just saying, hey, if you're not making good liquid, now's the time to probably invest into making good liquid. If you just opened a brewery just because you wanted to and you just thought that was a good idea and the beer's not good, you're not going to make it, is what he said. That's a perfect usage. But, he also challenged other brewers, even the successful ones, to keep pushing, focusing on their brands, finding their niche. We do a lot of hazy IPAs. I would go ahead and say that's something that would be considered our niche. But yeah, he kind of just broke it down into layman's terms as far as don't suck and you will be fine. If you suck, guess what? There's the door. And it is what it is. And I think that what we're going to see too is we're also seeing the spurt of new breweries, new people entering the space, and that's going to bring some light to it. I think craft beer still has a chance. everything's got to work out perfectly. So that was my beer story.
Well, things come and go, man. Like the ready to drink stuff, that's new. Just like when seltzers first kind of popped on, they were like just fucking booming.
Yeah.
And it's all gonna work out. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it with sour beer. So Collective Brewing Project here locally, man, fantastic beers. But it just, that style had its heyday and it just didn't stick. And now it's still got a pretty good fan base, but they're very selective.
Not so much here.
Yeah,
but
it's not here.
It's still
Barrel
a big part
aged beers.
Yep, barrel aged stuff.
Used to be a big deal.
Right.
People would, hey, send your grandma up in Lime. That's why we had Gram Meals. They would send them to Jester King all the time, or they send them anywhere and just say, hey, you're going to go pick this shit up, right?
Jester King get a heat stroke.
No,
I remember
they were, dude. They were sending them.
Oh my god.
the first lines y'all had here on all of the barrel
Yeah.
age were just nuts around
So
the
you-
corner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it. You've seen it firsthand as well. I mean, shit, you've waxed a good portion of these bottles. I think it's one thing
It
we
was like
left
a
out
sigh of
was
relief
the
when I
fact
saw
that,
the new bottles. Like, there's no wax. Thank God.
Cameron.
I think a
helps
lot of
us
people are going to be
a
happy
lot.
about that.
Yeah, I'm not a wax fan.
Yeah, so if
I think it looks cool.
it
but-
looks
The
cool, but it's
worst
such a pain.
volunteered 8 hours of my life. Just
Well,
boop.
the wax we had was like concrete. So I mean,
Yeah, it was
once it's
too
on there,
much.
you really can't get that off.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to literally melt the wax off.
You really going to have to want to drink that beer.
Yeah.
You're, Saber.
You better commit.
Saber is your only way.
The wax on the bottles of like the Wisconsin Belgian Red and stuff from New Glarus, like the large format bottles, those were like a nice thin wax, and it was
Yeah, you
easy
cut
to get,
through.
Yeah, it was easy to get off.
You have to worry about taking a finger off while
Sorry.
striping it down.
Sorry, Sean.
I was here that
What
night.
do you guys? I guess
there was a lot of
to
blood.
add to
Oh,
what I
yeah.
was saying was, do you guys feel like you've seen it personally in things comparative to, like, let's say when we were starting Turning Point? I felt like that was the right time to do what we were doing because Texas beer, we didn't have a lot of. We all got excited about Sierra Nevada Beer Camp when that came to Texas.
Oh, I'm
Right.
so excited.
We're
for
going
that.
to beer camp. Anything weird, we were latching onto here because not that we were starved. There were producers here locally. It's just kind of harder to get beer on shelves, right?
Well, also, like, I think our market had to mature so quickly. Like, the markets in Portland, the Northeast, California, they started, craft beer, essentially. So they've really got to explore a niche, turning it into, like, a traditional style, like the Pale Ale, the IPA, what have you. But, for Texas, 15 years at most, really, is what we've had to work with.
When was RAR? 2004 or 5? I think it was, no,
I think they're at 12 years now.
Oh, I think
No,
they're
Rar's
past.
longer than
I think
that.
they're 14.
12, 14.
well, much
14,
less.
15.
Yeah, so I mean, RAR's pretty much the oldest one here in DFW.
That's the one we need to get on the show is Manny.
Yeah, Manny would be
Love
great.
to have Manny over here.
And next up was Franconia. Franconia was next.
Yeah, Franconia. But I mean, essentially, all the breweries that kind of came after them for a long time were just very traditional. It's all traditional. And none of them are really branching out. Now, it's changing a little bit now, but for 12 years, none of them did anything fucking cool. Like, they were working on quality and stuff, and that's great, and there's nothing wrong with that. The only thing that it forces our market to do is react really quickly when the rest of the country, all the other bigger markets that we're trying to emulate are changing. So that means we just have to change supersonic speed-wise at that point. Like, we have to move a lot faster instead of naturally progressing through.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the outside consumers, like Texas drinkers, it's like association to brand too. Like, once you guys started having like the Johnny Caroni's always on, the Texas is always on, or regularly on, and then especially when Quenchers took off and you had the Quencher brands, everybody could attach to that. So
You
like,
mean Electrolit?
Electrolit?
Are we sticking with that?
I submitted it.
Okay, good. I liked electrolyte.
You can't say quench, Cameron, because that means that my thirst is automatically
Alright.
quenched.
Scientifically
And that's science.
Oh,
The government doesn't like that.
so your science drink.
Science drink.
Science drink. There you go. Next brand, science drink.
Science drink.
drink.
But I think when people started seeing that and they could always come in, they're like, oh, I had that one time. It's good. Like, they're more inclined to now try that next one and the next one, because they know they're always going to get something consistent, or they recognize a name when they come in.
Right, right.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I think that's, as far as this market goes, important to have brand distinction and then move from there. It makes it tough whenever like Collective is a great example of forcing a style on a market that is already young and fresh, and craft beer in general, no matter what style it is, craft beer is new to them. I mean, it kind of makes sense to go. It takes. I mean, IPAs themselves. You got to really have a palate for. Sours are even more polarizing, so it's on a really immature market trying to push a really mature and niche product on it. It's tough to move that, especially like Collective, revolving your entire identity, your entire brewery around that niche.
It's tough.
At a certain point, the liquid was amazing, and it couldn't be sustained. So that's
why they did clean beers and stuff. They started doing lagers and whatnot.
Too late at that point.
Fine seltzer too.
Right?
Yeah, they did a good.
And their seltzers were good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them. But I really liked a lot of the things that Bart was really saying. I think there's so many breweries that have thrown quality, not really in DFW so much, but have thrown quality out the window, or that are like, I can't tell you how many just ads on Instagram I see of like, check out, we're the wildest fucking brewery and we're putting this and that in there, and you go, well, where did you guys come from? What's your background? Like what? And you see it and you're like, oh, well, there's no clarity to that lager. There's just a lot of things that make you go, I don't want to try that because I don't believe it. Like at a certain point with 9,200 breweries, not all of them are going to be good.
Oh,
by the way, RAR was 2004, so 18 years.
18
18
Yeah.
years.
I told you.
18 years. Man, that's crazy. I think just going off what you said, we saw it with even the hazies. Like, we didn't force people. We were one of the first few people to do New England IPA style fairly regularly here in North Texas, but across the country, we're still seeing it now because it's been well over a few years, right?
Yep.
But how?
Well, I mean, it's like just over 4 years, like 4.5 or something.
Yeah, but I know that it's like, this is murky, and then I see pictures of this beer that people are drinking because everyone's they're like Pokemon. Hazy IPA is like Pokemon. You want to drink them all.
Collect them all.
So, but some of them you see, and you're just like, it's this disgusting looking like pond water. And
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like, oh.
People,
And they're like 10 out of 10, best thing I've ever had. I'm like, oh.
you could have asked somebody how to brew that. Why didn't you just ask?
Well, dude, I think Craft Beer and Brewing Magazine, they literally put out like homebrew recipes for Juicy Bits.
Okay.
And it's fucking pretty damn
not just
close,
this, they
man.
have like ones from like Reuben's Brews, who's like won medals for
they won
theirs.
a lot of medals.
They've had Pint House on there, who's won medal. Like they've had
Narrow Gauge has been on there.
narrow gauge. So like depending on, I don't even think it matters what your brewing career has been. If you haven't brewed this style of beer before, I mean, for our beers, like this Schwarz beer that we just brewed this week, we brew a shit ton of German lagers. We brew a ton of lagers. It's one of our favorite things. We're drinking, and it's American, but a lager right now. I still didn't just go, well, it needs to be black colored and it's German, so throw it. No, I went and studied and researched what a traditional German brewer, how they would create a recipe, and built it from there. And I think that's the way it needs to be. There's a reason why a German Schwarz beer tastes like a German Schwarz beer. Because Google, dogs. Google doesn't lie. But no, I don't think there's any reason to feel any kind of shame for looking up what somebody else has done, because if they're presented by a third party, they're probably fucking successful, and you're doing yourself and your brand a disservice by not taking the best option out there. Or I mean, just take it. You don't have to use it as the Bible as the word, but you can look at it and go, okay, what do I want to do to change it up?
Yeah.
To tweak it, but at least have a foundation that is solid. It's really hard, and move away from it as you see fit, but at least have a solid foundation. That's going to help everything.
I don't know if it's a shame thing, like not knowing how to brew it. They're ashamed about it. I think it's like maybe like they're overly confident in their own abilities, and it's hard to admit to yourself that you're not a very good brewer. And
Well,
some
even if
people
you
are just
are-
not good brewers. And
Well, and shame. That's kind of how I mean shame. Like, just
But-
like, I'm not going to use somebody else's recipe.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't have to do that. You can look at what they did and then build on that.
Well, I think that's what we're talking about. Is like, yeah, you may think you're the best brewer in the world, but there's in any sport or any field of work, you can always get better, right? You may not be the best right off the bat. No one ever was, but with the internet, Google, you can find a lot of this information. And I feel like there are so many outlets. There's so many podcasts. There's so many places that you can gather this information. Heck, the Brewers Association is actually a fantastic resource for that. But you got to put the time in. So it's very much like going to school again, right? So I know that Alex would stay up a lot of times when we were just in the garage, and he was still working a community, and he was still listening to shit, trying to figure out, hey, how the fuck do we do a hazy IPA with something that stayed hazy with our Texas water,
yeah, there's a
without
lot-
bringing water from fucking the East Coast over, right?
Right.
Get the
Like,
truck.
Yeah, because we got all that money we're brewing in the garage. There are water shipments coming in.
I mean, how many
What's the most
test batches?
expensive?
How many test batches were there before we actually got the recipe down? It was. I mean, it had to have been
Man.
In the garage?
yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, we were trying just specifically
Do you
doing the
remember-
hazies like before we were satisfied.
There was the conversation of 3 different yeast strains when we were trying
yeah.
to decide that. So
Yep.
it was what?
Yeah, we were stuck between Conan,
Conan
LA3, and
English
the-
ale. Oh yeah, you just said that.
Yeah, London
London
L3.
L3, yeah.
And then what was the last one?
There was
it was the
I forget.
it was the Brett like Trois.
Yeah.
I think is what it was.
You sure?
Yeah. It was like a weird. That version was fine, I thought, but the haze on that.
Noise.
Oh my god, that was a thwop,
A thwop.
a thwop of a bird.
That shit slapped.
Throat wop.
But yeah, I know we experimented quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean So we did 15-gallon batches, and we'd split them between the yeast. I mean, that was the first thing we did. We probably did that 10 times just to figure out
Yeah, I was thinking
which
like
yeast
10.
that we liked the most. And then as far as at that point, I mean, James and I were brewing every weekend for 2 years, a year and a half.
Yeah, but I'm specifically talking about the hazy. We weren't doing the hazy for 2 years. That was
No. I mean, I would say we probably brewed 25 hazy batches, 30 hazy batches.
Oh, I think
think so?
I think more.
I thought,
maybe more.
I thought less. I mean, as far
Dude,
as 'cause we had to
once
go
we
through
were
that
focused
product.
on the brewery and focused on the hazy IPA, we didn't brew much else.
Yeah.
We drank a
We did
lot
some
of beer
stout.
in that garage.
Yeah, we did.
And
We
it
did
wasn't
some
always
stout, but that
good.
was it.
I was trying to. Yeah,
We didn't do any sours really.
we had so many of those pony kegs.
Well, we did Grimace, and that
But I
reminds
mean,
me of
that
those
was like
fun
stuff that we
times.
were sitting for like a long
yeah,
time.
Grimace was good.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That should definitely be another one that we do.
Yeah, we could do that.
It's been retired. I looked at Untapped.
Oh no,
Out of production. Are no longer in production.
Just add a 2022 to that thing.
Gang,
Yeah,
gang.
Grimace. Yeah, if you went to
Maybe
that
we will
Luck
do that.
Fest.
That was fun.
Grimace
What was
is-
that? Plum and
Yeah, let me look it up.
because we did.
But-
It was all.
It was 2 or 3.
We did Grimace, then we did large hard seed. Is that what the?
That's the stone fruit one.
Stone
Yeah.
fruit. yeah.
apricot, peach,
Cherry.
cherry.
Yeah.
Sounds
But those
delicious.
were that's
It was
going
cool.
back to those days for me were like that was kind of like really truly like the most excited I was as far as like exploring different beer styles and at that point nothing had really ever been done. It wasn't. I mean, people had put Oreos and shit in beer, but it was creative. And then now I'm going in and I'm like, okay, now the brewery's here. We're going in with hazies and all this stuff, same kind of template.
Dude, Grimace has a 4.45 rating.
Dude,
it's only 11 people. but
Grimace,
still,
I'm telling you, if
that's a high
you were
rating.
at the, was it the
Was it
Luckapalooza?
plum?
It's
Yeah.
Plum and Boysenberry. Beer. I knew it was Plum. I couldn't think of the other
Plum.
one.
Was it
Boysenberry.
Luckapalooza that we poured that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
That was
But
great.
if you were there for that, man, you got a fucking great beer.
I
That was so good.
I think
For free.
That was in the eyewash keg too.
yeah, for free.
one of the best beers we ever did, man, was that apricot Shake Zula that we had at Three Nations doing that event. That was, dude, that
For
thing,
all the pulp release.
yeah, the all the pulp
For
release.
the beer
yeah.
inspired by Turning Point.
Dude, that Shake Zula, that specific Shake Zula it was so good.
Yeah.
We popped that one first, and that's weird. We popped that one. I had to run home and get another keg. like in the middle
Oh,
of the
that's
fucking event.
right.
Yeah, you had to run
Because there's like
back.
a giant line.
Yeah, we had tons of people, and somehow that was the first one to go. I was like, that doesn't happen.
That was a good party.
Yeah, that was wild.
Tons of fun. Then I beat Gavin in an arm wrestling competition that night. Sucker. Video
God,
proof. I
that
have
was a
video proof.
long day.
Arm wrestling.
That was such a long day.
It's a good, it's a good day, though.
You and I should be on the other side of the table.
No. Save it for the event.
Oh,
That's right. We're doing an arm wrestling competition at Turning Point in
Oh,
July.
Jesus.
It's going to be incredible. That's going to be so much fun.
we manifested that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Started pushing right at like Labor Day weekend whenever we're opening this side.
Yeah.
I mean,
we just kept finding everybody like, do you want to arm wrestle? Do you want to arm wrestle?
Yeah.
Do you want to arm wrestle?
I arm wrestled Chad and almost Drew. He got me, but it took a long time.
So yeah, no. On top of bourbon, any spirits taking over wine, you're ready to drink mixed cocktails and seltzers. Bart Watson ended his what I'm assuming should have been a standing ovation freaking speech he gave.
He sounds awesome. I haven't read anything that he's done.
Dude, he's a good
He's
dude.
fantastic.
He said that if these trends continue, and he's talking about the rise of like seltzers, bourbon, wine, whatever. If these trends continue, beer is not going to be the number one beverage in the United States.
That sucks.
And then
I like beer.
that's coming from a guy that he's he's in the unfun side of craft beer. He's just looking at numbers.
Oh, yeah. Well, what
And when
good
he
have
says
numbers
that-
ever done?
Hey, last episode you're the numbers guy.
I mean, I didn't say I liked them. I just happen to know them all.
I'm just good with them. It's natural.
I know every number.
Give me a number. Give me a number. 1.
80. I was going
Love
to say
it.
86.
Yep. Yes, that's a number.
But yeah, I mean that's kind of
Test me.
nerve wracking as far as like if your passion project was to open a brewery and just to change things, and you hear something like Bart Watson saying, "Hey, man,
Things aren't looking
hold up,
good.
buddy,
Well, I think that
you will still be successful."
if we want, it's just an idea. We can always just start a Rent-A-Center right here in Bedford, Texas.
Ooh.
If this just goes downhill.
Tore down the offices.
I'm not doing that again. Yeah. Too much.
Our fallback plan has always been Turning Point grilled cheese.
That's a good point. Yeah.
It's a lot easier to put in carpet than to take out carpet that's been there for a decade. So
While we're on grilled cheese, what is
Okay.
your favorite grilled cheese? Bread, cheese, and like extras.
Tomato
I mean-
sauce.
just like the classic.
Yeah.
That shit can be real
I like
good.
I get kind of technical with it, so I'll do like a little bit of cream cheese. I'll even do some mayonnaise and some Parmesan on the outsides with some butter.
Ooh.
Hit that, let that hit,
Stop it.
dude. It gets insane.
I like mixing a like classic sourdough. You do olive oil on each side, and then you do like a mixture of like shredded cheese, and then I like Vermont white sharp cheddar, and then I'll put the bacon in there too. I'll let it all melt
just
together.
saying.
Flip it, press it.
Dude, if you do some bacon
I
on
do
that,
like the bacon, but I think it's the grilled cheese thing is like, at what point does it stop becoming a grilled cheese or stop being a grilled cheese? Whenever like there's the grilled cheese company in down in
at what
Oak
point does a
Cliff.
hot dog not become a hot dog? Or stop being a hot dog, I guess would be the proper way to say
I need
that.
to talk to Winnie. We need a
don't
grilled
know.
cheese day up here.
Oh, yeah. That'd be awesome.
A grilled cheese day.
People come out for grilled cheese truck. That's
Add that to
faux
the
shit.
event.
Huh?
Add that to the event.
Okay, I'm gonna text
Grilled
Rachel.
Like it's, I mean, same
Hey.
kind of deal for you, Cameron. I mean, you're in the retail business. I mean, with malls dying, we were talking about this earlier. We saw that Meow Wolf was opening up a setup piece.
Yeah. What is
in-
that, Meow Wolf?
Dude, it's like this art installation. It started New Mexico? Is that where it started? But you could go there. It's very trippy. It's really cool. So if you're into that kind of shit, you'll definitely enjoy it. And it's a once in a lifetime experience to go through that kind of deal. Just walking through like an acid fucking trip. But they're putting that in at Grapevine Mills Mall, 2023. But
So if-
Cameron was like, "Hey man, Northeast Mall could really use something like that because when COVID hit,
Oh,
it
hit
really
hard.
destroyed that whole side of that sector."
So one thing, and this is a few years out too, like the ideas of things have changed. Like they moved to retail itself is dying. Like you can just order everything, have it sent to your house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's still an aspect for like the customer service, the try it on, even ordering out of stores. So we see more stores carrying less product and doing more like source to your house stuff.
Okay.
Like places like South Lake Town Square is always going to last because they're putting, you can live here. Even
Restaurants,
like restaurants, food, retail. It's like a cultural like center, and you're building these communities all together. So everybody like lives here, shops here, eats here. You don't have to go very, very far, and then you build these tighter communities and these little
It's like a downtown area,
Yeah.
almost like that. Yeah.
And that's like the growth. Like that's where retail is going to keep thriving. But the idea of going to a big box mall and like going to your store,
well, it's kind of like a restaurant versus fast food, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'll just go get the drive-through, call it a day, be done with it.
Absolutely.
Even though it's probably be a better and more friendly experience than cooking for myself or whatever. Yeah, it's easier.
So what do you think Northeast Mall needs to survive? Like, what is it missing? Because
Honestly, it's
Or is it too late at this point?
I think it's too late because like we've pulled in, like it's got to the point where it's like the bigger, well-known retailers have pulled out. So now you have the mom and pop $5.99 or less stores are like kind of filling in. It's like building
Turns
that.
into like the Six Flags Mall.
Yeah. Ooh. Man, you need some
I don't even know if that's there anymore.
you need some. I think there's like
I
one
think it's
outlet
still
store.
there. Yeah.
Is it?
You need some
just
body armor
Dirty
to walk in
Dillard's?
there. Dirty Dillard.
Dirty-
The dirtiest
Dirty
Dillards.
Dillards.
That's Dirty Dillard's. What?
I think it needs like a big
don't
attraction.
clean that
Like if
place.
we had like a big round one or something where like families could like go to and
Gather.
Like the Nebraska Furniture Mart area, whatever that's called.
Yeah.
What's that called?
Frisco?
No, it's the Colony, but
Colony, yeah.
I mean, even if you go in Shields, they have a like
Okay, we went
Ferris
there.
wheel
We went to the
inside of it, like-
Puttery not too long
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Shields.
Crazy.
What is that called? Grandscape.
Don't bring the-
Grandscape, yeah.
Grandscape.
That
So you-
place is amazing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dude. If you think like restaurants would help, like I mean, if you go to the airport, there's restaurants in the airport. Like sit down, have a beer. Like you can't get a beer at the Northeast Mall. That might attract some people.
You can get a beer, and you can have beer in the food court. You got to go to the axe throwing place and get it though.
Oh, there is an axe throwing
Yeah.
place. When did that happen?
I don't know. It took over what used to be GameStop and AT&T. Nothing stays there permanently.
Okay.
That's the other problem with the food court. It's like,
Oh, that
Yeah.
yeah, it's like in the food court there in that corner, right?
there's like three
Next
things.
to the bathroom or whatever.
Yeah.
There's like three things in the food court that have been there permanently. Everything else is like 6 months, 1 year, and out. Like I literally watched. I think the place is called K Momo. It was across the hall from my store. 1 year in and out.
Well, like I know for me, growing up, like Northeast Mall is what I've been going to for 30 years now. And my favorite thing, like it was always such a trip to go there. It was
The Tilt.
Oh, the tilt
that
was
is-
awesome.
It was underground.
Oh, so cool.
But like you had the food court and you could see the pirate ship that you could shoot and get points, and then you could go down. That was so rad. Like on the weekends, my mom would go do all the shopping, and my dad and I, he'd be like, "All right, we're gonna go break away and go hang out over here." That was awesome. And
It was dark. You could invite like your girlfriends when you were junior high in there.
then good shit, good shit, good shit.
Let's go play the Jurassic Park game.
Curtain.
Yep.
But it's crazy because, you know, around that time, you know, this is the early 2000s and then 2008, whenever all that shit happened with the economy, there was, it kind of moved to everything needs to make money. And arcades are obviously not really a big part of that unless you have like a Dave & Buster's where you have food and alcohol and all that. And it's kind of supplementing that income. And I remember Northeast Mall, whenever it did its redo, it was just every square inch of this has to make money, has to be paying rent, got to do that. And now I feel like as a society, as a culture, for us to do something, we need the attraction of something else. So like at the brewery, for example, we do really well with cans to go. That's great. We do well in distribution with kegs. That's awesome. But really what gets people to stay here and drink on draft, which is what we really, really want at the end of the day. If we could do 100% of sales today,
Yeah,
that's
it's
what we
100%
do.
our model.
Yeah.
Is you got to have things for people to do, events.
Food.
Food is
truck.
great. Yeah, the food truck is huge.
Grilled cheese, for instance.
Oh,
cheese.
could be a banger.
I texted Winston already.
I was like,
Yeah,
I was
there
gonna
you
be
go,
like,
yeah.
I'm gonna like manifest it like Winnie. Grilled cheese.
Already done.
The food stuffs.
Okay. Well, look at you. You've made it to the sort of halfway point on another episode of Liquor Before Beer podcast. If you are enjoying the podcast, please make sure to let us know directly at liquorbeforebeerpodcast@gmail.com. If you're not enjoying the show, we'd like to hear from you too. Or not. We are unofficially sponsored by our own company, Turning Point Beer, located in Bedford, Texas, aka the throat of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. We have some great events coming up at the brewery this month, like our Glitter and Gold Adult Prom on May 28th, our first ever karaoke night on May 19th, and our highly anticipated release of Rum Game Rum Barrel Aged Endgame bottle release on Friday, May 20th. So come out and join us at one of our events in the tap room, and be sure to shoot Turning Point Beer follow on Instagram or Facebook to keep up with all things Turning Point Beer. Now, let's jump back to some shenanigans. Cheers.
So yeah, I think you can't just be one-dimensional. You have to have different things going on. I think with that transition that the Northeast Mall put so much money into, which is make every square inch of this profitable, has now gotten to the point where they go, well, shit, we put the rave in here. That should bring people out. Well, I go to the rave, but I don't go to the fucking mall afterwards or before.
There's no reason to go in. It's like...
And the best restaurants at the Northeast Mall aren't inside the Northeast Mall.
Chick-fil-A, are you kidding me?
Is it still there?
Oh, yeah.
It's never going to leave.
You're not going to get rid of Chick-fil-A.
Dude, and that panini at the little juice stand.
Panini's still there. And then you have...
American Cookie.
Fuji
American Cookies.
and Master Walk.
Yep.
Don't eat Master Walk ever.
No, I would never touch that place. I know a lot about
Butthole
that place.
Fire.
We've been through the whole corridor.
That back hole. Oh.
Yeah.
Is that barbecue joint still
Hard
there?
pass.
No, he got a permanent location over there on Highway 10 over in North Richmond Hills.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, it was real good. Like
Just north of South Richmond Hills, like we talked about last
Yeah,
time.
absolutely.
I think it's a little past the Hooters or whatever.
Oh, okay.
It's that.
Oh,
direction.
yeah. Got you off of 26.
The other dying neighborhoods.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Right.
He's doing
Yeah.
great.
Well, there was a mall over there too.
There was
North Hills.
North Hills.
North Hills.
Yeah.
It was like a man. I remember as a child
liked the
it was
North Hills
it
Mall.
was like almost like a.
It was a weird layout.
It was the weirdest.
It was,
How to
but it
describe-
had
like
a
a
movie
CIA
theater. and-
building.
and Northeast Mall didn't.
Yep.
North
Yeah.
Hills had the movie theater.
I
And
think
it
I
was
was like
nice.
6 or 7. Like I used to go there with my parents and like I wanted baseball cards. Like that was big
Yeah.
then. And Pogs.
Hogs.
Pogs was a shit, dude.
Oh,
Bring
had
Pogs back. Make
Had some
Pogs great again.
badass slammers.
I had a dope ass gold slammer.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's gambling addiction started there.
Yeah, it was amazing. 10 out of 10.
I mean, I don't know what I can't imagine what they're doing wrong. They still got the Spencer's Gifts. Is that not enough? That's not enough for Northeast Mall to
I mean,
stick
it's enough
around.
to keep you distracted for more than 15 minutes.
How has Spencer's Gifts?
No one
and
buys
Claire's
any- no one
stuck
buys
around?
anything at
When I was with him
any
and
of those
Rachel and we
places.
were getting gifts for one of the trivias, he went back there and said, I didn't even know this stuff was back here. And I'm like, don't go too far back there.
They got weird real
It
quick.
gets weird real quick.
So I have a giant dildo now. I do not.
Oh, yeah, you didn't have one
Oh,
before. Give it a fucking break. Sure.
One.
Doesn't
everybody have one of these?
All right, we're going to take a quick break, then we'll come back with the next beer.
Woo.
Yeah. Oh, that's tonight. That's right.
So when you start letting me throw kegs, and I just want as high as I can.
Probably never.
Throw kegs.
They're very delicate.
I just want the bad one.
Ha. Okay.
Lasers.
Hello, sir.
Lasers.
Does this shirt make me look buff? Or is it
you
the
look
muscles?
buff in that shirt.
I have new muscles on today.
You switch muscles out.
All right. So, anyway, we talked about Bourbon Barrel Age Legion. Oh, God.
You did it again.
I did it again.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Whoa.
Bourbon Barrel Age in game, and we never. They can't. Brainwashed. But that's pretty much. We've messed with some wine barrels on sour stuff, but as far as stouts go, the only other type of spirit that we've messed with was brandy. We've done some cherry and some grape, and
Grape brandy?
yeah, we have them in there.
What beer was that?
We haven't done it yet.
Oh, I thought you were saying.
I think we're gonna do like a
Go grape yourself.
Oh no.
That's a horrible beer name.
The greatest.
Oh gosh. The grapest.
That's the one.
It's going real well, guys.
Yeah, this is noted.
All right.
Yeah. So no, these are we use rum barrels for this batch of fuck.
You want to redo the intro?
I got this. I got this,
You want to
guys.
redo the intro? We've already fucked it up.
We will be
twice.
drinking rum in game.
All right, run in game.
And blah!
Age for 14. No, we're keeping that. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I know.
Man, I was almost made a really bad joke along the
We'll
same
make it because
lines.
we're cutting all this shit.
No, let's not cut it. It's funny. But
Continue.
Yeah, rum in game. It's 13.8% again, age 14 months, and rum barrels. Do you know what kind of rum? Does it matter what kind of rum barrels?
It's Jamaican. That's all
I
that they told us.
Love Jamaica.
It's rum's rum.
Rum's rum.
Rum's rum.
Where's the rum drum?
Why is the rum gone?
It's a
Where's
what?
the rum drum?
Oh my
But yeah,
gosh.
it's
151 rum.
first time we've ever aged
Rum.
like a single beer in two different barrels, not a single. Well, hang on.
the same beer, in
Same
different
beer,
types of
two
barrels.
different barrels. Yeah.
Oh gosh, I gotta prepare myself.
I like the rum is not overpowering.
That's
I'm
really
not a huge
good.
rum fan.
Dude, I was.
Ooh,
Yeah, rum can turn people off pretty
man,
easily.
honestly,
I really dig it. I think I like it more than the
if
bourbon.
I
was
do.
gonna say,
It's like a
I tip my
sweeter,
hat
softer
to
taste.
the rum game.
Okay.
So lower those scores down to a 4
No.
4.
Get out of here. You're losing that bet.
No.
Is it lunch? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it's
lunch
lunch
at,
at the Brazilian
Churrascaria.
Churrascaria.
Fazenda Gasha. Ew.
But I'm really happy about that. And again, that comes out on Friday the 20th.
In 2 days.
I know we usually do the barrel age releases on Saturday, but the buttholes at Fall Cider decided they're having their anniversary on that Saturday. And we didn't want to take any shine from them.
Oh,
so-
yeah, right.
Oh,
no,
wait,
we didn't want to have shitty ass
wait.
sales.
Oh wait,
That's one way of saying it.
is anybody? Are you guys going to that?
Yeah.
What are you dressing up as?
It's a what?
It's Marvel.
Yeah.
No, I'm not dressing up as anything.
It's Josie's first birthday party. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go there for
Priorities.
an hour.
Oh, I tried.
What time is the birthday party?
I think it's.
I'll be there all day. I won't be at False Idol, so
You're not gonna come at all?
Oh, I thought you were going.
I don't think Caitlin's gonna let me go.
Oh,
Wow, that's awful.
because there's no bad
selfish.
guys. Sorry,
No bad guys.
Nathan, for you.
Is that
Where
what-
pussies go to relax.
If you haven't watched Nathan For You, by the way,
Oh, yeah.
it's an amazing show.
Yeah, you definitely should.
It's kind of awkward. I mean, not kind of. It's like one of the most
Well, it's
uncomfortable
kind of
shows,
awkward.
but it's so funny.
It's like the most awkward.
Oh gosh, it's so good though. It's one of the funniest shows. I think I might have laughed more out loud at that show than any other show.
I can't stop.
I mean, whenever we watch it together back at the house, we're all just dying laughing
Yeah.
constantly.
Dude, what is that show? What that show's at least 10 years old. I'm imagining.
No,
10?
No,
You don't think?
it started coming out.
I mean,
Like the-
usually.
I thought it was like 2014, 2015. I mean,
maybe.
I think.
Oh, so maybe 8 years. 6
yeah, I
years?
think it's like coming
Yeah,
up
it's
on
coming
it.
up,
But
coming up on it. Yeah.
Oh man, hold on. I usually ask Josiah to do this.
Oh, ow.
You got really into that.
Yeah, it's all for the fans.
Yeah.
Fan.
But
Sorry,
I mean,
fan.
is there going
yeah, I
back?
was gonna say he's here.
Yeah, but going back
The
to
one and only.
the rum barrel age, is there? Have you guys had rum barrel aged stouts that
Yes.
you weren't a fan of?
Yes,
Because I think
Yeah.
that may have ruined that whole idea for me. But this one's actually really fucking good.
Yeah. I can't remember which ones. I don't.
Don't name them by name, obviously. But
I run a. I mean, I don't.
I mean, I've had like
I've
is
had-
it Rumpelstiltskin or whatever from Avery.
oh, dude,
no, Rumpkin.
Rumpkin. That was really good.
Rumpkin is good.
Josh, 2013.
Oh
It's
yeah.
9 years. I was saying like
I
8.
said
I was
almost
gonna
10.
say
Hey, numbers guy. What's really close to 9?
1.
He's right.
Wow, you're not a numbers guy.
Somehow-
Are
It is
you?
technically close.
Somehow he knows.
Depends on in the grand scheme of
What's
numbers.
closer to 9?
See, I don't think
10.
you're taking into account how many numbers there are.
What's the number after 20?
21.
He's got it.
I'm good. I've been practicing too ever since the last episode. Just been practicing my numbers.
He had his
It's
numbers
not
down.
showing very well.
2.
Well, he had to have his numbers down at the liquor store.
Stop texting me that, by the way. I don't want any more numbers from
I'm
you.
just texting.
17. Holy shit, you're good.
I'm just
He must be in trouble.
test me. Give me a number.
45, 66, 99. What does that mean?
I think you just sent me a social security number.
Yep. That's it. Go ahead and use it.
So yeah, what this comes out
Friday,
the
yeah.
Friday, so that we get maximum sales versus the Saturday that is also
Preparing
our
to
good
score a
friend's
big O
birthday
zero
party.
on that point of sale system. So thanks a lot, Dom and company.
You know, it's only fair. So we did our anniversary party, and I remember telling Dom, looked him in the eyes the day of, and I said, "Hey, when everyone's done having fun here, we're just going to make sure that we tell everybody, hey, False Idol's right down the street."
And
So-
he went, "Don't fucking do that." That everyone's so drunk. Don't do that.
yeah, they just happen to be so close to us that it's always fun to watch when people. They should go home, but I hear them like, "We're going to False Idol."
Oh, I hear them
That
all the
liquid
time.
courage.
Totally do
I
that.
hear them all the time, and I'm
Yeah.
like, they're like, "You want to go?" I'm like, "No, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I want to go home and go to
I
sleep.
barely go
That's
out
what
to
I wanna
begin
do.
with." Like,
Kenny's one of those people. He's always
Yes,
like,
he is.
hey, we're going to go to Falls.
had 20 domers.
Have fun, dude.
And then it goes to fucking false
Can't do that.
No, you said that they were drunk at the anniversary. That's not true. They were exactly 0.01 underneath.
Oh
the
no,
limit.
they were. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Yeah, they were. No
I didn't.
one
I
was-
didn't.
I mean,
say that.
like they were drunk on the Holy Spirit, kind of.
Or like drunk on good times.
Yeah,
It was a fantastic
not on
party.
alcohol.
In
Yeah,
fact,
fun.
when you rewind this episode, you'll notice that I didn't say drunk at all.
You did.
Oh, God damn it, Alex.
If you rewind the episode, you'll
Well,
That was
see
just-
not there.
That was rewinding.
come hither.
We had I had a brief YouTube channel where I did like
Oh.
spicy channels and stuff.
Oh, yeah, you
hot
did.
heads and cold
I
brews.
used to love that.
It was fun. It was fun. I had
You-
creative differences, so
So-
we
oh.
moved away from it.
What happened with? Are you over spicy things?
No, I'm not over spicy things.
He just had extra Diablo sauce at Torchy's before this.
They do
did.
extra Diablo there.
yeah.
Yeah. Diablo
Normally when I
sauces.
get the case, I'm like
Chunks.
2-3 in there and just
Yeah. I didn't know they did
I
extra.
don't
Diablo
respect
sauce.
my body through spicy food.
That's not your bite. That's your butthole.
Yeah.
It wasn't lightning
Valid.
sauce from Kegs and Mugs
That
melted
in
through
your
the
pocket.
packaging.
Oh my gosh. That
Talk
was,
about a great night.
that was
Rachel
fun.
was so lucky I didn't bring that in.
I'm so lucky you didn't have a third-degree burn on your
It
leg.
wouldn't have made it through the night. It
Would
would
be
have
the first time.
It would have. It would have melted through the plastic and leaked all over your counter.
Yeah. No, it was a lot of fun. We did
The
like
dogs would have got it.
we did like
That would have been. That was
valid.
the one chip challenges. We did like the spicy peanut like challenges. We did our own like thing. It was a
Spicy
lot of
peanut.
fun. It was fun talk. It was a really cool learning experience to learn how to communicate better through like the different forms of media. I learned a lot. I just had creative differences with my brother and like when we were running it, and it was just kind of one of those things like
That
but-
was your.
but
That wasn't your brother on there.
not
with you.
legally.
Yeah, no,
not
I
legally.
know. Yeah, I was like,
But he
no
was
relation.
He was I wanted to do it for kind of the art. Like I want to talk shit with my friends.
Like art.
Oh, yeah.
This
The
is art.
This is art.
This is art.
we
Just
call,
like-
is definitely
we call
art.
this fart. But yes, dad joke.
I think his sister made like little buzzer bells. So like every time I want to cuss, I would just hit the bell. He's like, "Kids watch my show." I was like, "I don't care about the kids."
fuck you. Fuck them kids.
Did you hear? Like kids have a way worse mouth than.
Oh, I know. Like
I'm learning shit.
If you're
dude.
worried
The one
about
that-
our tiny 56 follower
Yeah,
YouTube
like, I just
channel,
said
like
shit, and they're like, "Pff, that's like saying poop.
have
That
they heard of
doesn't
Google,
count."
the internet?
They
Like,
can say that on TV now.
I mean, they can say like ass and damn and all kinds of stuff on just regular
TV.
like
They can
Channel
say
5.
bitch on,
Yeah,
on
bitch,
TV.
that's
yeah,
one.
they're like, yeah, you're being a bitch, and it's like, oh,
He just wanted to make money off
Oh my
everything.
God.
I was just like,
Matlock just said bitch.
Andy, that motherfucker. But yeah,
See, the last thing that we have then is I have the random question to.
The stretching.
You ready to go? You done?
That was a good stretch.
I'm the one that did yoga this morning, and you're
I don't need yoga.
right on the mic.
See, I have the random question then, and that would be any band, if you could bring them back that is broken up, whether it's from just creative differences, a member died, you can bring them back. It's not replacing that member. What band would it be?
yeah, mine's easy. Mine's Oasis. I love
Okay.
Oasis.
Okay, that's a good one.
Well, two brothers and their weird quarrel they have. They won't get together and just make some fucking.
Is that
music.
why they stopped?
Yeah, they just hate each other. They literally get in a fist fight.
It makes sense.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I think
So,
you go
yeah.
with, like original Queen, Freddie.
Ooh,
Yeah,
good
absolutely.
answer. Good
Hell
answer.
yeah.
Super
I think,
dead.
yeah, I mean, there's.
But no, he's saying live
Very
or dead.
Oh, I know. I get it.
Yeah, no, that would be my
What's
answer too.
the-
Freddie Mercury's my favorite.
What's the band that Bruce Willis was in?
Milli Vanilli.
That's the one.
Totally
So that
it.
one. Yeah.
Bruce Willis is in a band?
Yeah, like that's how he was doing the band and then doing like little spots on like daytime TV shows. And then he got picked up and got famous. Did Die Hard.
Actors act.
Did not know that.
Act as gotta act.
I feel so
Josh.
bad for that dude.
What's your band, dude? You're skirting the
I
question.
know.
I know.
Well,
I gotta call you out.
I was going to say Milli Vanilli as a joke. And then it just came
Bullshit.
out. No, I was
Can't
just-
say that.
That's not actually what I want.
Not a real band.
Bruce Willis is still alive. It's fine.
Wait, you go. I'm still trying to think. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, mine would probably be Led Zeppelin. Yeah, John Bonham coming back. What were you mouthing? Oh, Every Time I Die.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Nope, can't take it. Already said it.
No. You just read it. You read his lips. That was not
but
your
I did
answer.
like the Led Zeppelin.
John
one.
Bonham.
But no,
yeah.
I think that would be it because like there's a lot of bands that I wish would come out with more music. Also, sometimes whenever bands come back, they suck. So like my favorite band was Copeland, and they broke like at the time they broke up. Then they came back. Their first album was half good. It wasn't as good as their old stuff, but it was. I was like, I was happy with that. The second album after they came back, garbage.
You
Complete
tried to
fucking
like it
garbage.
because of the previous work.
I know I hated that next album.
Good. Yeah,
like
you should have.
right out the gate, I was like, "This is fucking terrible."
I
But
will-
That's such a bummer.
there's
New
one of my-
MXPX is good.
Yeah, no, they're doing great.
Like, it's kicking ass.
I would have said Slick Shoes is one of them, but they're back and they're doing fucking awesome.
They're kicking
so
ass.
Their new album,
Slick Shoes never stopped.
rotation frequency. If you like punk rock,
MXPX never really stopped either.
They didn't.
They never
But,
bro- they,
but then
like,
they went through that
pauses.
weird phase of like making.
Oh, Zayo. That's one.
MXPX did adapt though.
They quit like
which
9
Zayo,
times.
Though?
yeah, they broke up a
They've got
lot.
a million different Zayos.
Right, like Danny was great initially. Then whenever they got the newer guy, he was awesome. And then they got Danny back, and then they sucked. So
There's a lot of bands that are stuck around too long. Like
That's true.
I love Newfound Glory, but like their new stuff is not as good. I mean, it's so different. I liked the old stuff.
I have 2 albums
Through,
for me.
through Coming Home,
The Sticks and Stone out.
Yeah.
that they're
Sticks and
doing?
Stones,
Sticks and
is
Stones is
great.
actually
Month.
really
and
good.
Catalyst is great, but then Coming Home is pretty good. You don't like Catalyst?
No, I do. I like all. I like, but I'm more of the Nothing Gold
first
Can Stay.
two.
Yeah.
Well, that's self-titled, I think.
They
and
were-
And then the
Sticks and Stones.
self-title is the other one.
Sticks
They-
and
they
not
were-
Nothing Gold Can
Stones?
Stay is the first one,
So not Sticks and Stones.
and then the second one. Oh, I like Sticks and Stones. I'm just saying I like the first 2.
oh, okay.
They'll be here in
That's when I
August.
liked them.
They're doing was it an anniversary or
The
something?
20th Sticks and Stone anniversary.
It's got to be
Dude,
20.
you know-
yeah, it has to
All right.
be. Definitely no less.
New
Yeah.
Finch album. Since
Ugh.
we've been, dude, hey, that
Is it good?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
No, they don't
I'd
have
like
one.
to hear one.
Oh.
I don't know. Like, What It Is to Burn is like one of my favorite albums from track 1 to 12. Like, it's fantastic, or 10, how many ever it is. It's amazing.
Till the end.
Till the end of it. It's fantastic.
Till it's
I
over.
didn't like anything else from Finch, really.
And that's a lot of bands. Like they had the one album, and you're like, "This is incredible," and they just never can replicate it. That's
Almost like
so
Poison the
sad.
Well.
Dude, I never listened to a whole ton of
Opposite
Poison the
of
Well.
December was amazing.
That album was fantastic. And
I
then
mean-
they went to Tear from the Red, and that was good.
It was okay. Yeah.
After that, it's like
it just like slowly got worse and worse, just diminished.
just
over
play
time.
the first 2 albums.
Great example.
nerdy.
Straight Light Run was a good one. That was
Yeah.
like that was a breakout album. Everyone knew who they were, and they came out. I mean, there was literally like 2 songs that were worth a shit after that, and they came out with multiple albums. You're like, what happened to you? Like, what in God's name happened? Like, cause you that was one of my favorite. I can still listen to that top to bottom and just love every minute of it. That the self-titled one, but like, how do you write something so brilliant and then just fall off the map completely?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me because it's the same members. You get like
Fairly
get
easily.
way into drugs, I guess, or something. Well, maybe not then.
Man, I think
Drugs can have something to do with it, like Beatles and whatnot.
sometimes you're super creative. I think you just hit that writer's block, right? So it's you can do it in anything, really.
Or you just come
You
out
just
at the right
can't
time,
like you
too.
just. I mean,
Nirvana would be another good one too.
Nirvana would be a great
I
one
never
to watch.
cared about Nirvana.
Great.
I mean, on the other side of that, though,
But
is
then no-
I
but
think
then
I
no Foo
like
Fighters.
I like Foo Fighters more than Nirvana. So
I don't like either of them really. I don't hate
Oh, I know you
either
do
of
because you
them.
call it butt rock.
Foo Fighters? It's kind of butt rocky. Yeah, it is. Just admit it.
Who's playing all that butt rock?
I don't
talk
say
a lot.
I don't say butt
You
rock.
talk a lot about butts and ass a lot.
What's
Like,
wrong with that?
it's like crush ass, butt rock.
ass, titties,
Next thing is
titties,
pegging.
ass,
like
I did not make the term butt rock or pegging. I'm using.
Well, it was named after you, though.
Hey, can I use your question to flip it into another question?
Please do.
Wow,
ooh.
douche.
It's Lord douche. Yes,
dude.
come hither. Could you guys? Is there a brewery that closed that is no longer producing anything? Is there something you wish would come back? It's a little more difficult question.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of
I could
great
mention a
breweries that
cider,
close.
like a cidery,
Go for it.
like Outlaw Cider and Grapevine.
Oh yeah, I
They
forgot.
were putting
yeah.
Oh, they-
I
they
remember
shut down?
Outlaw.
They're shut down.
They were good.
Another kind of before its time kind of deal.
They put out amazing stuff, and
Man,
they would
if-
blend and make awesome stuff for you. Like I
Cherry
used to go-
Bomb, wasn't that one of them?
Yeah,
Cherry Bomb. They had a pineapple blueberry.
I forgot all about them. I didn't even know they closed.
Yeah,
I didn't
it's
either.
like an
Shit.
axe throwing place again.
Dude, they were.
Wow, axe throwing just taking over.
Taking
this
over.
long lost
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a brewery that just kind of.
the truly good ones don't shut down.
There's gotta be something.
I'm trying to think of
Rabbit
Hole was
man.
okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Rabbit Hole was really, really good. That's an unfortunate
The
thing.
561 Kolsch, which would have been
I didn't really
perfect
care
right
about that
now.
one as much.
I loved Rapture.
But
Rapture was
Rapture-
awesome. And, like,
Rapture was great.
I really love not Off with Your Red. They're
What's
the
the
Joker
English
one.
mild one? Oh, you're talking about the
I was thinking of English
Rude
Mild.
Jester, yeah.
Rude Jester.
That was a good one. Like, they had some really good beers, and they're great fucking people.
Yeah.
That's
That's
tough.
Everybody at Rabbit Hole is just fucking great. Like,
They-
they're just super cool to hang out with.
Okay,
Very
now
giving.
name breweries that you wish would. No, I'm just.
Can do. Stone.
Hey,
Right back to it,
they
baby.
and sued.
They just brought back Ruin 10, so
Oh, wow. They don't do that every year.
Triple
care about the
IPA
other
beers. You're good with numbers.
What's before 8?
Oh, shit. You said before. I don't know.
Before.
I only
Nailed
know.
it. It is before, technically.
What? Yeah, what? That's a good question. Because, like, what?
There
what
are
great
breweries
breweries
that
have shut down?
Fuck Collective, man. I mean,
Oh,
I looked
Collective,
back
yeah,
at that.
yeah,
And that's been the
geez
one that
Louise.
I didn't. That was like the easy one for me. But yeah, I mean, Rabbit Hole is another great one.
Rabbit Hole and Collective. Those are
But
good ones.
out of state, I mean, we've had
trying
some
to think of big
other
ones.
great breweries that have just kind of.
I'm just.
Modern Times is on that fringe, right?
Yeah, it
We
seems
don't.
like
They're-
it.
someone's going to buy them. Someone should buy them.
Well, that's not shutting down. This is getting
Elon
bought.
Musk, if you're listening,
He's gonna buy them.
Modern Times
gonna
and
buy
fix
them-
that company.
Buy them from space.
Fuck,
Space
keep up.
laptop.
You
Yeah,
have to put
I mean,
space before everything.
I don't think they shut down entirely, but they left Texas Ninkasi. I always liked them a lot.
I thought Ninkasi was fantastic.
They had some good stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't really love them, but they had some good stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't shut down.
I mean, no, I kind of agree with like the really good breweries don't really shut down.
Usually, sometimes,
I mean,
like Rabbit Hole, I think it was a branding thing. and,
Collective
like, their
was just a
name.
market.
Yeah, market thing. So
Rabbit
they
Hole, I
weren't.
think, was,
They weren't. They're not gone because the beer was bad.
Yeah,
They're gone
Rabbit
for
Hole
other
was
reasons.
definitely maybe a little bit of branding, but you know, I've seen way too many Tasmanian devil tattoos on people's ankles than I care to remember to see. But it is one of those deals that it's still happening. So like the Allison, there's
Wonderland.
a lot of people that love Alice in Wonderland.
not enough
But
apparently.
beyond that, it was I think the location being where they were wasn't. I mean, it's like Bedford.
See, but Justin,
throat.
they were in Justin, Texas, which is
throat.
kind of, it's out in the middle of nowhere, kind of in between Dallas and Denton, or Fort Worth and Denton, and it's like those like that's why we're here. Those local markets are pretty loyal to their people.
That's true, yeah.
And like I bet you they got quite a bit of Justin out there, and also I don't know how often they were open. Like on the actual like their actual tap room. I think it's probably one of those weekend deals. So they were making enough revenue in house, getting those margins and stuff.
So,
they were
like-
heavily dependent on distribution.
I wish, yeah, no, I think distribution is one of those finicky things. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you can have, a distributor in going places. There's no telling what that person's going to be able to offer, whether it's a Benny Keith for us, a Favorite, a Flood, Andrews, a Full Clip. You can't,
Unless
distribution
you're self
doesn't,
distro like Martin House is.
hey, sometimes that's the way.
Boo. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, sometimes that's the way. I mean, I think maybe Rabbit Hole could have skirted it with self distro, but then at the same time, you kind of have to be everywhere at once.
And you
right?
gotta hire a lot of people to do that.
How do you
Right.
do that? Now, how do you make that affordable?
Yeah, you can't. I mean, it's really hard to. You can, but it's
Flash
tough.
mobs.
The reason why a lot of people start out with self distro and then move into distribution. So, go. What were you saying?
Oh, I totally lost.
Oh, are you serious?
I lost it.
Never coming back on the show.
No,
Don't
man.
worry, you won't get rid of me.
But yeah, I guess big thing for me, I guess something you're working on, a passion project for you would be homies supporting homies, right?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about homies supporting homies. I think it's really cool,
What
especially
is-
coming out of COVID. I think a lot
is-
of people being quarantined, being away, being able to talk, and let's be honest, a lot of people don't want to be like, hey, I'm just having a bad day and I don't know how to tell my best friend, hey, just leave me alone, man. I just kind of want to sit and stew in my thoughts for a minute. I don't know how to do that. You're kind of helping people with this.
And man, I've met a lot of people here that have like reached out to me about it. It's like its own thing. And I think it's like evolving. I don't know what it can be or would be. Like I haven't sat down and like made a plan for like homies for homies. it came out of like hanging out with you guys and Peary and other people. And it's just like, I kind of came out of a really tough year last year without details, but like,
why? Tell us exactly why.
He did.
In as great detail as possible.
Every single detail.
Oh, we got time.
oh yeah, so much time. My dog died.
No, don't actually do it. You're ruining the podcast.
It was a trap. It was a trap,
Quit
dude.
bringing me down. Jeez.
I told you
Positivity.
I told you depression showers in the morning. Let's be real. It helped me get through. Like I just leaned in on like what made me happy, and like what's always made me happy is like taking care of my friends, take care of people, like being a support person for somebody. I've always felt like I've been like a selfless friend, a selfless leader. Like I'm gonna be there for you. I don't need to be the guy, but I want to be in the circle of the people. And I'm always going to be like, hey, I'm not the best in a group person, but I can pull you aside and I can talk to you. We can talk through some stuff.
I suck in groups. Oh, yeah. Not good.
You just suck.
Wow. That's very encouraging, my homie.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
He's really supporting you sucking.
Maybe give him a follow, you asshole.
Does it have its own page?
Until we're having a private beer at your house, and then we got to talk through stuff. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I can connect.
A private beer. What's that?
A private beer.
You're gonna find out later.
One of my core strengths is like leadership strengths is I'm a relator, individualization. Like those are two of my top. Like so is like context and strategic achiever. But I just connect. Like I bring people together and I help people out. Like and I don't care about putting myself out there to help somebody out. So I've just like one of the ways that helped me get through a lot of stuff was just translating my thoughts into words. And like I have some really great friends like through social media, like Brownells, motivational speakers that like I know. I just started putting my own thoughts out there, and I'm like, hey, this is what I felt today. You can get through it too. You know what I mean? Yeah. And just like connecting with people and being able to have like one-off conversations. Like, no, let's talk about it. Like I definitely like little. I don't know how to describe it.
I think you're putting out real shit online where most people use social media to complain about a current situation that
it's messy, it's raw, and
sucks,
it's real.
Right? It is what it is. You don't have enough money to pay your bills.
And
well,
there's like the silent majority
gotta get
too.
to work.
Like even if like I haven't done like a whiteboard motivational post in a while, you know what I mean? But like I still go out, I hit the gym, and like just doing those things, and even like it's weird. Like, hey, I need to make a post, but like my mom told me today, she texted me, she's like, hey, I've been posting my yoga workouts and my friends are coming up to say, you motivate me to want to do better.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, I just want to keep doing these
the
posts
power
so people
of the
can
individual,
like,
right?
Yeah,
so
like the silent majority. Like, hey,
doing.
they need to see that, like, because you're stepping up. You're stepping up for somebody.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, you wake up in the morning, shit's tough as hell. Like, life is fucking hard. Life is hard. But like you look in the mirror, you have your own perception. That's not the perception people see of you.
No.
It's when you walk out, it's the actions and the words and how you own it versus like what you see in the mirror. That mirror is going to be the toughest thing every single day. Let me tell you right now, you're fucking awesome. You're fucking awesome. And you're fucking awesome.
Thank God he included me.
Thanks, Cam.
You know what I mean?
Like,
life is hard. We need to love on each other and like show good empathy. Like there's a difference between like kind words, nice words, empathy, accountability. Like all of them have their own like realm. But if you can kind of like meet somebody and just be empathetic, like, hey, fucking shit's a hard day. I had a fucking hard day too.
Yeah.
I don't have to understand and need to translate what their hard day is. Like it's different to them than it is to me. But I can be there. I can listen. I can support you. If you're being dumb, I'll hold you accountable. That's totally different.
I was going to ask about the dumb part of it. You think that it's the people that always feel like they're picked on, like not. I think that may be like more of like a depression-y kind of deal, but it's like a woe is me, and then it's like, hey, I'm here to lift you, but you got to do something internally.
You have to take the steps.
Say, hey, I don't, because I think that sometimes like depression can lean towards making someone do things for you.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, oh well, Cam already feels bad that I'm in this funk. And so, like, you can get to that manipulative point.
But I'm not gonna continue to help you if you're not making efforts. You know what I mean? Like,
you got to take that first step, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Show some progress. And I think that's a big deal. But I think you're doing a fucking awesome job with that, man. That's insane, dude.
It's been a really weird, cool experience. Like just to like lean in this direction. You know, I've talked to a lot of people like, man, I really love what you do, and I'm like sometimes I feel like a narcissist. Like,
I don't think
like internally speaking, like,
I think the people that know you though know that that's not your personality and not the type of person that you are, and you are very genuine and are genuinely wanting to see the best out of other people, and know that the best way to do that is just by encouragement, encouraging others, encouraging yourself, and you're going to get the most out of yourself and others by giving the most to others. I think in a positive way.
And even with you guys too, like every time I've helped out, like it's been like a 2-part thing. I think it's always been mutual. Like I wanted to learn something, but at the same time too, like I have no problem. Like, hey, if you have a small business, you're a friend, your homie, or whatever, like I'm going to try to boost you. Yeah. Like if you're successful, I'll be successful with you.
Plus, you get free beer.
Free beer.
Cam for president.
I mean, but I think I reached out to you like on. I had a staycation. I was like, I'm not doing anything. Like, do you want help? And you're like, yeah, candy days tomorrow. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I had a blast. I learned. What is it? I helped y'all can for like the first year and a half.
Yeah. Labeling every can, we had to do that.
No, that was the Heinrider. I did not label cans. Look, canning line only, no labels. Heavy lifting.
I got a limit.
Heavy lifting.
Yeah, I think what you're doing right now with the Homies Supporting Homies is a good program, because in reality, 2020, we all kind of lost that year. And I know for us, you either worked out or you try to better yourself or you try to figure something out. But I mean, here it was Alex buying a fuck ton of Raising Cane's. And literally us just sitting there trying to figure out whether or not Turning Point would survive.
But there's one thing that y'all did that stood out, and like it worked out too, because like
I'm not sure what that is. What is it?
Well, like it was the outreach. It was the building the community. Like everything we do is to build that community, right? It's just we kept digging in. We did not retract. We just built that community. We built a community. You were helping out. Like food trucks, everybody, like everybody's we're gonna survive this together.
We weren't even open, and people were still setting up outside. I forgot about that.
And that was like one of the things when I submitted, like when I sent y'all like that, like what is it, 5 boxes of shoes? Like it
was like 5 boxes of like dozens of pairs of shoes.
And that was a cool program that like I had access to at the time that popped up. They're like, hey, who's supporting people? And like my dude immediately was like Turning Point.
My dude.
I gave them an entire essay of why.
It was actually pretty awesome.
And then they approved it. And I was talking to you the whole time because I tried to make it a secret up till the day.
Until the day the boxes showed up, and then I started ripping them open.
Boxes.
And then everybody texted me that, hey, did you send shoes here?
I was like, man, I have them on right now. I don't have them on right now.
I was like, all right, I'll be up there soon. Like I thought there was going to be better tracking on
that was a cool deal too, because they sent us so many pairs of shoes. And we were able to actually, like the day they arrived, we had people showing up just to buy package to go. But there were a lot of our regulars. I'm like, hey, what size shoe are you? And they're like, 9.5. I hope you like the Joker, because it's all Joker. And they were like, oh, dude, free shoes. This is cool.
Yeah.
It was a nice deal.
That's always been a fun thing. So like a little like small piece of pride thing. And I goofed on you. I didn't get you immediately. I remember that because we talked.
Goofing on you?
I like to be that person. It gives you and your kid their first pair of Vans.
Oh yeah, you did it to Andrew.
I know.
And
he was like, "Where's my Vans?"
Oh,
and I was like, "Oops."
Well, Josie,
we got him.
Josie
and socks.
Josie wears his men's 11.
I'm a 9 cap. I'm a 9.5. Dude, be cool.
No, 9.5, 10.5. Oof,
4.
I think you're 10.
Nah, he's got a big foot.
Okay.
Yeah, he got all of them. Wow.
Look,
same size shoe.
Yeah.
I know numbers.
I don't know. I don't do decimal.
decimals.
I don't do decimal points.
That's a bit much. Okay, showing off much.
But yeah, I mean, as more of an outsider as far as like beer goes, and this is what we do. I mean, is there styles that maybe you think that we're not doing, that maybe you're like, hey man, maybe throw your hat in there and do a blonde or
don't do a blonde. I mean, wait,
it would sell.
That's the appropriate response I needed.
Blondes sell.
But yeah,
they sell so well. They do. They really do.
I guess it's a preference
you're not
thing.
Even blonde.
I don't think that's a requirement.
We don't have a blonde that works here.
I think y'all like have developed that over
Audrey?
I think
Is she the more natural
blonde? I think it's dyed, isn't it? I think doesn't she have like
I don't know
blonde
you're gonna be in
highlights
trouble,
or something?
Chris.
I don't know.
She's outside. We can just go look. Hey, Audrey, come here. We're gonna look at
She's
you.
blonde. She's blonde.
Text her. Hey,
Hey, what color's your hair?
But no,
randomly.
is there anything you're seeing? You're like one of our general consumers, so is there anything you're seeing out there that you're like, oh man, I kind of wish they would do that? Or
I think the only thing you guys don't do is like the mosaic, but at the same
Just
time too, like
the
you don't
community
have
beer?
to. Yeah.
yeah, no, that beer is their pride and joy.
Yeah.
They can have it.
And I think you guys
And
have your
they
pride
kill
and joy.
it.
It's a
They
good
kill
one.
it.
Y'all have. I mean, it was like only hazies for a long time.
Yeah.
And y'all developed all these other brands, and I think it's been fantastic. Like, I don't think you can come in here and not get a beer that you don't like.
Yeah.
You can't adapt to or adjust to, or like, oh, hey, like that's a similar style. I think your taproom staff like is very knowledgeable of like directing somebody in a certain direction. Like even like the two, 3, 4 times I've been like
Yeah, no, you're
behind
right.
like the bar, it's like, hey, what do you like? Do you like fruit? Do you like something dry? Do you like a classic lager? Like, do you like an IPA? Like, what APV do you want? Like, I can put you like just off a few probing questions in the right direction of something you probably enjoy.
Well, I crushed it. There's a guy that came in and I forget what he said he wanted, but he was kind of describing certain beers that he likes. I think he described some beers, but then I gave him because he wanted 2 beers and we didn't have the second one. It was a previous release, I think, and he's like, I'll just get this other one. I was like, no, I'm not losing this sale. So I was like, hang on one second. So I go and I get a taster cup and I pour a sample and I go, close your eyes, because I was holding it in the palm of my hand so he couldn't see. I was like, close your eyes. And I gave him the beer and he's like, that's delicious. And I was like, yeah, you bet your ass it is. Like, damn. And he fucking bought it, sucker.
I think the only thing y'all were missing, and y'all have it on tap right now because y'all have had it for a while, was like the pale ale, the Some Truth.
Truth,
I love that
That's
beer.
been like my biggest drinker for a while now. Like,
Well,
hell yeah.
there's still
Better
quite
get on it.
Tell other people.
quite a bit of it. We have 450 liters left, so it'll be around a little while longer.
But that's okay. I'm okay with that. It's still holding good and
Holding good.
holding good. You know the classic holding good.
That's what everyone says. Holding good.
just keep Zombie Break on tap.
Well,
We're gonna brew it more often. We
I was
talked
gonna
about
say,
it.
so we did an event at Alamo Draft House. It was a hopped up cinema for 420 Day, which happened to be the next week after that. But we did it, and I noticed that a lot of people were commenting on the post that Alamo had put out, and they're like, "Oh, that's the IPA brewery," and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna skip this one." We brought like 2 IPAs for that, and then everything else was like this crazy hodgepodge of everything. Like, it was a great event, but we did get looped into something that personally I was like offended by, because I was like, "Fuck, we make more than IPAs, man.
Yeah.
We got 30 fucking tabs." You haven't been out here since we had the 14. I know we've done it to you. We had all 14 tabs of hazies, but here's what we have now, and you need to get the consumer to understand that we're not pigeonholed into one style.
Right.
Pretty much
That's
always
the worst thing you can do.
There's pretty much always a red, a pale ale, a lager, a sour, a couple stouts, and then you have your variety of your hazies and everything else that y'all are doing one off or one run on, seeing how it goes.
Yeah. Or Josh's favorite customer that coming asking for bangers.
You mean Dean?
No. This is a true story. So one morning we were here. Josh was actually ahead of everything.
Oh, it wasn't bangers. It was.
What was his word for it?
Oh my gosh, I hated that guy.
Well, don't
That's
say
how
that.
you know it's a genuine
I don't know
story.
his name. So
I can fix that in post.
Oh, what's his? Oh, it wasn't.
Check the Rebel.
No,
It was some douchey term.
he came in and they had a couple of beers, and then he said, "I got to get some." It was along the lines of bangers, and then looked at the to-go menu, but then somehow wanted a 4-pack of Locust.
No, I got a 6-pack.
Oh, 6-pack of Locust cider.
No, that's his friend. It wasn't the same guy.
Oh, my
the
gosh.
other guy was just. He said the same, whatever the word was. I can't remember, but
I've never been so
He was
offended, but then also excited, because I was like, that guy bought. We don't sell we sell Locust cider.
I had to add it to our POS system because we sell it for like $7 a can in a house. But then I was like, I'm not selling him a 6-pack of Locust for $42.
Fuck you are. Yeah,
Hell yeah, you are.
He came over and was like,
no,
"Can
no.
I do this?"
I don't have a button for that, so
You
here's
can
what it
now.
is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom.
I do have a beer that y'all made, and I can't remember the name of it. I think it was in the first year. It was when I was helping out a lot more. It was the Amaretto Sour.
Oh, yeah.
Erotic City.
That was
Erotic City.
Well,
That's a good one.
It was a little different. I had experience with that because like all of y'all were out of town, and I was like coming in almost every day to help out Jim Jam a little bit. And then like we had a terrible canning day. It was trash. We had 2 random volunteers that were trash. It's just me, Heinreiter, and Jim Jam just running everything. And then
It was GBF. We got the text where the shit was just put a blueberry on it or blubbery.
Put a blubbery on
Was what Rachel wrote on the board.
Put a blubbery on it.
I mean, it was a fun week. I got to really connect with Jim Jam that week. Like, I helped out with the beer, helped out with canning. It was a really fun week. And that was like the beer that week. So like I have an experience with that beer and I'm like, man, I haven't met anything
It's like nostalgia at this point. Yeah.
I'm glad you're here that week because
I'm glad we weren't here
when
that
we got
week.
back in town, we had to can all that beer because there were some issues. It's like, damn it.
Oh,
There's
man.
work to be done.
What a fun
Well,
week.
I still can't think of that fucking word. That's all I've been doing since you said it. I'm like, what was that fucking
It
word?
was along the lines of bangers.
Yeah, I know.
Something douchey.
Maybe he said
Yes.
hammers or
He called me. What did he call me? What,
Chief.
Boss
no,
Chief or
no,
something.
no. It was like a new one. I was like, oh man, I haven't heard that one.
It
like,
wasn't
ever.
King. So
No, it wasn't
Sup,
boss. It
King?
wasn't chief. It was
like your vibe,
like captain
King.
or like, it wasn't
Chase.
captain. It was something like that. It was like
Cap.
Admiral.
yeah,
General.
yeah. It might have been.
What's up,
captain.
Major?
It was just like, man, you feel
What's up, Colonel?
you feel way too comfortable saying all these things. Like, please,
It's way too cool. Some of it I would always chalk up to like weird nervousness.
No,
but
that guy was not nervous.
on that sake.
That
of
dude
it, right?
was far from nervous.
Oh, that sounds disgusting.
It
Well,
was.
I think it's about that time. We got to wrap it up. Cam, thank you so much for coming on here.
That was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Oh, was it?
It was, yeah.
Good.
I hate
Yeah, again, what is your Instagram handle and everything that people can
Cameron_FX.
So there's not one for
underscore.
homies in the homie
I don't
thing.
have a.
Fooled you.
Piece of shit. I was like,
You're over there feeling guilty
I feel like
the
I would
whole
have. I feel like I would have, followed it by now. Ooh, a cool phone case.
Hey, last funny story.
Yeah.
No.
So
Did you
Hold
put
it
it
up
on
to
top
this
of your
camera,
stove?
though.
no, yeah, it is the stove.
I
Hold it
knew
up
it.
to the camera. So show the back of. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Now you can see it.
Yeah.
Now you have to
He
watch.
said, that
on
doesn't look like it
YouTube.
was made that way. Looks like you turned your stove on
I
an
get,
accident.
I get a lot of credit on that phone case, even though it was a complete accident. Because you always have the one burner you never use.
Yeah.
And you think you're going to like boil water on it and then you turn the other burner on. I left my phone on the burner like
Oh.
that. And they're like, why would you put your phone on the stove? And I'm like, don't ask that question.
Well, now you're just being particular, okay?
I looked over.
I actually get that.
I looked over. I was like, why is my phone smoking? What smells? And I looked at it. It had the emergency heat signal. I threw it in the freezer. And I was like, I'm going to not talk about that.
Give it 10 minutes. Don't even remember it.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll just disappear. No
And now,
issues.
You talked
Yeah.
about it on a podcast that will live on the internet
Phone-
forever.
It's smoking again.
Smoking.
All right. Well, I love you guys. It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Love you, Cam.
Thank you.
Love, love, love,
you.
love, 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 love.
Yeah.
See y'all next week.
Peace.
Why not? One more.
Oh.
I should have done that. I should have done the ham.
Wow. What a doozy. I can't get over how much fun that was. I hope you enjoyed it too. Thank you for listening all the way through. I know it can be daunting, but you've reached the top of Mediocre Mountain. Welcome to the family. If you could, pretty please tell your friends and family that you don't mind pissing off about Liquor Before Beer. We would greatly appreciate it. We have a great time doing it, and we have enjoyed your feedback. If you have anything you'd like to contribute to the show, please email us at liquorbeforebeerpodcast@gmail.com. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and review us on whatever platform you're constantly pausing from the hilarity. See you next week. Bye!